So when you're working on your value scale, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to be using two separate pencils. This particular pencil right here is an ebony pencil, and this one is a charcoal pencil. On the one side of the value scale, I'm going to be doing just pencil, and I'm going to start, I want to leave this one white at the far left hand side, and this one I want to go with my darkest pencil, but I don't want it to get super shiny. So I'm going to gradually shade this in, and I want to make it as smooth as I possibly can. I'm not pressing very hard at all, and I'm just laying down a layer of graphite. If you press too hard, you're going to get a layer of graphite that's very thick, and you'll also have some shine or glare. Continue to blend it in here, maybe cross the other direction. I'm kind of shading in back and forth in little circular motion, not just lines. I don't want it to have harsh straight lines. I'm going to blend this with a piece of tissue. I'm going to take the tissue and fold it like so to get kind of a point here, and then I'm going to just blend these in. Now I have, this makes the edge of my tissue dirty, so I'm going to go down to this one, and instead of laying down graphite on this, I'm going to get it by using a bit of the tissue where it was dirty from that to get a medium value here, kind of a medium light value. Use a bit of a kneaded eraser to clean this edge. I think it needs to be just a touch darker, so I'm going to put another layer on. Okay, so that's about 4 layers. I did 4 different layers of graphite there. So this one I might do 2 or 3 layers. We'll see what happens when I get a layer of graphite on it. Then I'll do a layer that goes in a different direction. It also helps a lot and will be a lot smoother if you use a pad underneath your shading. So I might use a notebook and put it on top of the notebook, and it helps keep it from having lines from the hard surface of the desk. And I'll use a magazine or something underneath of a drawing just to have a little bit of padding so that it can make a nice smooth, I can do some really smooth shading. So I'm going to blend this then using the tissue. Okay, so I have to see if I can get one that's between these two values right here. So it seems like I have no graphite. I have just blended graphite with the tissue. This is 2 layers, this is 3, and this one's 4. And that seems to do a pretty good job of giving me the variations, although this one could use just a little bit more. And you just kind of have to keep working back and forth until you get 3 distinct different values right here, and a total of 5. Okay, so for the next row I'm going to do some charcoal, and on the charcoal side I'm going to start with the black, which is going to be here at this end, next right across from the white. And I don't want to blend this, I just want to make it as black as I can using the charcoal pencil, trying to stay inside the lines here. I want to be really careful not to blow this charcoal dust. which is really hard. You've got to resist that temptation. You don't want to blow it into someone's eyes. It can also cause someone, if they have asthma, to, you know, get in their lungs and cause problems. So what you do, when you get it all completely filled in, there's going to be some charcoal dust here. You want to make sure that you take the charcoal dust and a scrap piece of paper and just tap it onto the scrap piece of paper so the dust can be thrown away in over the trash can. Okay, so then I'm going to do the next one, and when I do this one, I'm going to put down kind of a firm layer, similar, maybe not quite as black, but close, to try and blend that. So I'm going to fold it in so that the side that was dirty before is folded in. So I'm not using charcoal blended with graphite. So it's going to be slightly lighter. If I need to take some of the charcoal dust and tap it off, then I can use a kneaded eraser and clean up this edge. Okay, so then the next layer that I do, I can take the charcoal that I have on my paper, and I'm going to try and get a color that's very close to this one, not by actually drawing the charcoal on there, but by blending it off of the tissue. And you'll see that it's very close in value to the one across from it, just a slightly darker value. And then I'm going to do a very lightly shaded charcoal and blend it. And then I have to come up with a value between these two. So it's about 2 layers. And then it's blended. And these two are very close. So I'm going to go just a little bit darker here. And there we have it.